Joining me now, townhall.com political editor, Fox News contributor, Guy Benson. Guy, great to have you on the show. And
hey,
Lee Carter, political communications expert, partner at Maslansky and Partners. And I'm talking fast because we got a lot to get in. We have just seen Donald Trump at a press event with the many of the accusers, the women who say that Bill Clinton molested them in some way, in some cases assaulted them. This means that I would think, Lee, that we're not going to see, I think we may see a contrite and apologetic Trump, but we're going to see a fierce Donald Trump.
I think that he's going to go out swinging right now. I think that, look, there's no question, if this is his strategy, that he's going in there and saying, look, we're flawed people. He can admit that he's imperfect, but look, I'm not the only one here. So I think he has to come across contrite and humble, but at the same time, he can point out that there's more than one candidate here that is flawed.
And in real trouble. Guy, your thoughts?
I think there are two things. First, he has to tread carefully. I have said all along that I think Bill Clinton's history is relevant in this campaign, especially since Hillary Clinton has made Trump's treatment of women a centerpiece of her attacks against him. Part of it has to be not just Bill Clinton, though, but Mrs. Clinton's aiding and abetting this process of smearing Bill's accusers consistently, and that's a needle that he has to thread and drive home. It's not about the sins of Bill exclusively, it's about Mrs. Clinton going to war and sliming these people in real time, as she had for many years, to save her husband's political career.
Let me ask you both. Why has the liberal mainstream media refused to tell these women's stories? I mean, we're talking 16 years.
I can't
It's
imagine.
insane.
There's definitely one side to the story right now, and the one side of the story is to paint how bad is Donald Trump. And it's unfortunate because there's a lot of stories to be told right now.
Well, there's one story that follows from what you're saying, and Guy, see if you agree with me. How bad is the mainstream liberal media that they select truth and refuse to hold accountable their favorite ideological travelers when they're even facing these kind of charges from these women?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a history for Bill Clinton.
There is, and again, it goes to how Hillary Clinton was involved in the damage control when all of this stuff played out. And what the mainstream media would say is, oh, this is old news. But it's fascinating, Lou, looking even at my Twitter feed right now before we came on the air, the number of people in the liberal media who are aghast that Donald Trump would meet with these women just before a debate. Can you believe what he's doing? Are they that upset about the allegations that they have consistently made about Bill Clinton? I thought Hillary Clinton said we ought to believe every accuser.
Isn't it interesting that the mainstream liberal media can differentiate on the basis of the age of the news event when it is Bill Clinton? That's old news. When it's 11 years ago for Donald Trump, well, that is new. You know, it's preposterous. The hypocrisy of it all, the poisonous nature of it all for the American public. We're watching, by the way, I truly believe, Lee, Guy, as well. We're watching a liberal media that's it's being forced to grow up. They're using dirty words. They're coming to terms with the fact that not a word on Drudge, by the way, a book that contained those words 50 years ago in this country would have been banned in every classroom, every library. That says more about our society than it does Donald Trump. We've got to see some people grow up and start being honest in this liberal media. It's preposterous.
And I think that we need to start focusing on the issues that are most important. We have two flawed candidates. I think nobody expected Donald Trump to be a perfect candidate. Nobody expected him to have a perfect track record with women. These are things that we knew. The bottom line that people need to be asking themselves is, who am I going to forgive and who's going to make life better for me?
Yeah, and who in the world, Guy, would want a candidate who admits that she has a public position and doesn't admit it, acknowledges to her donors on Wall Street that she has a public position and a private position, that she is for free trade in private with Wall Street, but is against it on the TPP. I mean, this goes to her. You talk about a character issue. This is true, relevant, current question.
Yeah, and
what do you
Donald
think?
Trump, what Donald Trump said in that audio tape is terrible. There's a reason why he's apologized, why his wife denounced it. He should be candid and, again, very sorry. at the beginning of this debate, but there is so much material to come after Hillary Clinton on, including on some of the specifics and actual issues that you just raised before I came on the air, Lou.
Guy,
it appears that also...
Guy, I've got to cut it. We're out of time. Appreciate it. Guy Benson, a lot to talk about tonight, and we'll get to it tonight for sure. Guy Benson, thanks very much, and Lee Carter, thank you.
Thank you.